Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Monday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 5 of our London Bulldogs franchise and we are taking on the 4-0 Miami Dolphins. And last episode we beat the New York Giants 50 to 14, which I will have the link to the video in the description. Also, we're playing against the Miami Dolphins in London. So last time we faced them was Super Bowl last season. I will also have that link to the video in the description if you guys want to check that out if you haven't already, or if you're new to this franchise series. So, without a further ado, we will show you the uniforms and we'll see you guys at kickoff. Alright, it is primetime Sunday, so the Miami Dolphins are going to be wearing their 2011 alternate orange jerseys with their 2007 style uniforms, which they should put out as a throwback / alternate. And they will be wearing their orange jerseys with white pants, orange socks, and white with aqua shoes. Now for the London Bulldogs, they're going to be wearing white at home. And I think this is the first time this season, because we will probably wear white at home maybe 2, maybe 3 times in a regular season for London. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at kickoff.
Tonight, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Flacco and the London Bulldogs versus Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now it is kickoff time here in Wembley Stadium in London, England. So the London Bulldogs are going to be wearing white at home, as the Miami Dolphins are going to be wearing their orange alternates back from 2011. And they return this kickoff and they get stopped there at the 31. So this is going to be a 1st and 10. Tua Tagovailoa stepping onto the field for the first time for the Miami Dolphins today. And they are using the single back formation. And they're actually going to hand this off to Marlon Mack, who only gains about 5 yards on that play. So 61 rushes, 288 yards. And he has 2 rushing touchdowns this season. So 2nd and 5. So they're only halfway from getting a first down. They're going to hand this off to Marlon Mack. So he gains about 1 yard on that play. 3rd down and 4 now here for Miami, as they're using the single back formation at the 37. So they're going to step back to pass. They're going to fire this one out to Chris Godwin using that hit stick there. And a gain of 19, as it's going to be a 1st down and 10. So they're at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. So they're going to actually run the ball with Marlon Mack. So he does not lose nor gain any yards on that play, as it still stands 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line with only 2:28 to go. They're going to use the pistol formation. They're going to throw this one. He gets sacked. The ball is out, and Miami was lucky there that they recovered it that time. Bobby Wagner makes that sack on Tua Tagovailoa, so they lose about quite a bit of yards there on 3rd and 20 from the 46. They step back to pass once at it again. Now they're going to use Marlon Mack, so he gets stopped there at the 40. So this will be a 4th and 6. We are going to return a punt here in London. So Miami's going to punt this one away. We will return. So they punt this one out. And it goes out of bounds there. And it's at the 11-yard line. So we are going to run for the first few plays of the game. So we're going to use Mark Ingram II. We are going to use Khalid Smith for quarters 2 and 3. So just keep that in mind. As Mark Ingram runs the ball, he gains about 23 there on that play. So it's his 5th rush with more than 20 yards this season. And now this is going to be a 1st and 10 for 33-yard line. Flacco, he's going to fire this one out deep to Antonio Brown. He does get that 1st down at the 12. 55-yard reception, by the way. We're going to use a slot outs pass play, and I'm thinking about throwing this one to Antonio Brown. So they're going to lob the pass, and he gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. And that's going to be the first TD of the game for the Bulldogs. So London leads at 7-0. All right, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. 17 seconds to go. They're going to hand this off to Marlon Mack. And he gets stopped there at the middle of the field. So this will conclude the 1st quarter. All right, 2nd and 3 now from the 50-yard line. And they're going to hand this off to Marlon Mack. So he's been running the ball off and on today. 5 carries and 19 yards there. So this will be a 1st and 10. We have some exciting news. We are officially going to begin the Dublin Celtic Tigers franchise on Wednesday, November the 10th. I will have a special for that probably uploaded later in the day because I work 9 to 5:30. So I'll probably post it sometime in the evening. And we're going to have a fun time with this Dublin Celtic Tigers franchise. We did it in Madden 21. We didn't do a whole lot because I was more focused on my London Bulldogs and Toronto Huskies franchises. So they throw that pass. That's incomplete. So Miami is going to have to take a field goal once at it. So they take this field goal, and it's no good. Almost blocked there that time, but it just wasn't enough time to block it through. So this will be a 1st down and 10 from the 46. Joe Flacco stepping back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Larry Fitzgerald, and he gets stopped by Xavier Howard. So 3 for 3, 96 yards, and a touchdown for Joe Flacco today. I'm just going to use my recent plays. I like the PAY glance pass play. I honestly do. So 1st and 10, 25-yard line. 2-minute warning is coming right up. And we actually get this into the end zone with Larry Fitzgerald, his 2nd receiving touchdown on the year. 1st one of the game. So London leads at 14-0. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And this is after the 2-minute warning, so they throw this pass. That's incomplete. J.J. Watt appears to be down and injured for the London Bulldogs defense. Don't know what the injury is as of yet, so he should be able to come back off of injured reserve. So he throws this one out to Will Fuller. He does have muscle cramps. He is going to return, and he's like one of my defensive stars on this London Bulldogs franchise. We had him in all of our seasons of Madden 21, and for the first season of Madden 22, he was not on the team because he was with Arizona and then became an unrestricted free agent and decided to join the forces with the London Bulldogs defense. So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Dolphins look like they're going to throw this pass, and they will. And they throw this one out to Devontae Parker. He caught it whatsoever, but he did not make that pass complete. It was technically incomplete pass. So they throw this one. That's also incomplete as well. 3rd and goal. And we're going to use the blitz defense on 3rd and goal from the 5. 55 seconds to go. And they're going to step back to pass once addict. Mike Gesicki claims that touchdown reception. And it's 14-7 London. So the Dolphins do score their first TD of the game. All right, now it is kickoff time here in Wembley Stadium. So we got some Khalid Smith ready to return the field. He's not a bad player all in all. He's returned some of these for quite a bit of yards. Great kickoff though. Wasn't a touchdown at least, but it was a 47-yard return, so it was somewhat worth it. Now, I am still going to use Flacco for the whole game whatsoever. 1st and 10, so Flacco steps back to pass. Is going to fire this one out to Rob Gronkowski, and he's breaking tackles along the lines. Gets stopped at the 30, and I actually changed my mind there. So I am going to probably use some Ben Roethlisberger for quarters 2 and 3, and then maybe I might use some possibly Cam Newton or Matt Stafford in the 4th quarter. So we are going to take a timeout here to think of my strategic game plan. 14-7 here in London. So I'm thinking about throwing this pass to Larry Fitzgerald. Hopefully we should be able to get this into the end zone. Too deep, a little too deep, but it was still worth passing the ball on 1st and 10. Now we are going to throw this one out to Rob Gronkowski. He gets this in. Touchdown Bulldogs, and it's going to be 21-7. First receiving TD of the game. We'll see you guys in the second half. All right, so now it is kickoff time here in London to begin the second half. It's now 21-7 here in London. I forgot to film the Jalen Mills interception to end the first half. Oh well. But we still got lots of time on offense. This is the 3rd quarter, so I'm going to film quite a bit of this. So 1st and 10, we hand this off to Frank Gore. He's going to use that juke move, and he's still going to run the ball at it, and he gets stopped at the 37 for a gain of 18 yards. So that's not bad. That's not too bad overall for Frank Gore. So he was only like 2 yards from getting a second first down. Well, he would have covered 2 first downs if he ran the ball for 2 more yards. So Khalid Smith runs the ball. He gains about 10 yards on that play. 1st and 10 still from the 47. And I am going to use a halfback power O for Khalid Smith. And he's just going to run the ball like Sonic the Hedgehog, breaking tackles. And he gets stopped at the 46. Now, somebody from Miami's defense appears to be down and injured. We don't know what the injury type is as of yet, but I am going to phase out on the I form and use some pistol formation for this play in particular. 2nd and 3 now. Bulldogs are going to fire this one, and that turns out to be incomplete. So this is why we end up throwing incomplete passes to our primary receiver. It's because the defenders, they want to try to make that incomplete, and it's not always successful, let me tell you. So Gronk gets that reception. He gets stopped at the 20 there, 1st and 10, and he's at the 20. So he has 404 receiving yards this season, Gronk, and he only has 17 receptions. So imagine he caught it one-handed, and he gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. We're actually going to do a 2-point conversion, and this will be a 29-7 lead. All right, 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the 3rd. Tagovailoa stepping this back to pass, throwing it to Chris Godwin. So this will be a 1st and 10 from the 47. With only 2:06 to go in the 3rd, it looks like they're going to step back to pass once added. They're going to fire this one out to Marlon Mack. Ball is fumbled, and Tony Jefferson makes that fumble recovery at the 44-yard line. So they lose the ball, and it looks like we're actually going to use the pistol wing formation using the dagger pass play on 1st and 10. So they step back to pass, firing this one way deep out to Larry Fitzgerald. He caught that one-handed, and that was a 56-yard reception, scored for a touchdown. So he gets his 3rd TD on the year for him. So it's now going to be 36-7. All right, 1st and 10, 32-yard line, 147 to go in the 3rd. And Chris Godwin is once at it. So he is running the field actually, he gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. There were no defenders while he was running the ball there up until he scored that touchdown, trying to stop him from getting that touchdown. So it's now going to be 36-14 in London. All right, so it's now kickoff time here at Wembley Stadium in London, the host of the 1908, 48, and 2012 Summer Olympic Games. Khalid Smith returns this one. He gets stopped at the 38. So this will be a 1st and 10 with 1:32 to go in the third. So we're going to use the Power O run play featuring Khalid Smith. And we hand this off to Smith. And he breaks one tackle and he gets stopped there at the 47. So 1st and 10. About 1:20 to go in the third. We're gonna use a PA Power O pass play, and I'm gonna think about throwing it to Rob Gronkowski. So I'm gonna fire this one out deep to him, and we actually get it in the red zone at the 13-yard line. So that's gonna be a 1st and 10, 313 passing yards for London today, 147 by Joe Flacco and 166 by Ben Roethlisberger, so he only gains about 5 yards. Khalid Smith, so they're going to run the ball once at it again. Roethlisberger handing this off to Smith, and Khalid Smith gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. Antonio Brown appears to be down and injured. Don't know what the injury is as of yet, so we'll see you guys in the fourth quarter. All right, 2nd and 7 from the 49, beginning of the fourth quarter. Tagovailoa throwing this out to Chris Godwin. He gets stopped there at the 39, 14 for 19, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 INT on the day. So now we're going to use a cover formation here for the defense at the 39. And Tua Tagovailoa, he steps back to pass. He's going to fire this one out to Devontae Parker. And he gets stopped there at the 20, which we're clearly in the red zone. And we're actually going to use some zone coverage here, using the cover 4 formation here for the defense. And we should be able to prevent Miami from getting this 1st down. So Miami, they throw this pass that's incomplete. So this will be a 2nd and 10 from the 20, using the blitz formation here for the defense at the 20-yard line. And they're going to hand this off to Marlon Mack, and he gets stopped there at the 15. All right, 2-minute warning has passed in London, so the Miami Dolphins are going to step back to pass. They're trying to look where to throw it to, but they don't want to get stopped by this Bulldogs defense. There was a fumble. Chase Young did make a sack whatsoever. He did not. So Miami did not lose the ball there. So Tua Tagovailoa steps back to pass. He throws this to Will Fuller, as this will be a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. And 3rd and goal, they're going to step back to pass, and that turns out to be incomplete there. So this will result in a 4th and goal. They are going to actually use the goal line formation, and they want a chance at getting a touchdown on 4th down. So question is, do they get it in? Yes, they do. But it's now going to be 43-21. All right, so this is going to be kickoff time with 1 minute 2 seconds. And they are going to return this one. He breaks one tackle, gets stopped there at the 42 with 1 minute to go. And we're actually going to use the shotgun formation. You're going to use a PA pop pass play on 1st down and 10. Roethlisberger, he's going to step this to Antonio Brown. All right, 1st and 10. Cam Newton is going to run the ball. Even though this is a passing play, I still like to run the ball with Cam Newton. And look at him go. He's going to jump on into the end zone for a touchdown. And we're only 103 yards away from getting 500 offensive rushing yards this season. And Cam Newton has 2 rushing yards this season. All right, and Rodney McLeod Jr. claims his first INT of the season. So interestingly, we filmed one of those intercepted plays. So now Miami has 3 turnovers. That's the lowest that they've ever gotten. And their offense is pretty consistent. Even though they're losing by 29 points right now, they're still worth playing in the game. We'll see you guys at statistics. Tua Tagovailoa, 92.7 pass rating, 16 for 24, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day, and 2 INTs on the day. Ben Roethlisberger and Joe Flacco both had perfect pass ratings, 3 touchdowns for Roethlisberger and 2 for Flacco. Marlon Mack had a rushing touchdown. Khalid Smith also had a rushing touchdown, averaging 9, 5 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Cam Newton had 1 rushing TD today, even though he was quarterback, but still, I like when he runs the ball. So, Rob Gronkowski, 5 receptions, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. Larry Fitzgerald, 4 receptions, 128 yards, and an average of 32 and 2 touchdowns on the day. Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, and Mike Gesicki all claimed touchdowns today offensively. Now, defensively, Chase Young and Bobby Wagner were the only ones to claim sacks for London. Ronnie McLeod and Jalen Mills were both defensively claiming interception. So that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next episode.